If you thought you've seen every cable attachment variation known to man, think again. Unless, of course, you saw my teaser video, and this isn't a big surprise, but I'm still gonna blow your mind. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I made this unilateral cable attachment thing. This cable attachment has quickly become one of my favorite cable attachments by far. Why? Because you can use it for any of the standard tricep rope movements, but the addition of this center pulley gives you the ability to do unilateral work. It's freaking awesome. And to give credit where credit's due, my video was inspired by Coop. He posted a video using the spiral strength dually dynamic tricep rope. Ugh. That's a mouthful. To be clear, I'm not encouraging anyone to rip these off. It's a really cool concept, and people should support innovative companies. For the cost of the components of my DIY, it's probably cheaper just to go buy those. When I watched Coop's video, I immediately noticed a way to improve the design. By being able to swap out the grips, you can add a ton of versatility to an attachment that is already super versatile. All right, let's get into it. My DIY consists of 3 components: a pulley, some sort of cable or rope, and grips. This didn't cost me anything to build because I already had this stuff laying around. I made different versions using different pulleys, different ropes, different cables, and all in all, I'd say they don't make too big of a difference. If you're trying to save money, use what you have. If you're buying everything from scratch, here's what I recommend. You'll want a pulley with little to no gap between the pulley wheel and the housing. This will prevent the rope or cable from getting stuck. For a deep dive into pulleys, check out this video. My top picks are these 3, which all have their pros and cons. First is the Cerakote. They're my favorite inexpensive pulleys to use in the gym. At $14 for a 2-pack, they are such a good deal. They're super smooth and they have 0 gap. They work great with all types of rope, and the design was recently updated to include a nut and bolt so you can easily remove the pulley wheel. This makes it super easy to add or remove rope. Another great option is the climbing pulleys. These in general have a much higher weight capacity, and the design makes it super easy to add and remove rope. The only downside, and my testing has been limited to just a couple kinds, is that the pulley wheel doesn't roll as smooth as, say, the Cerakotes or some of the other pulleys that I have. Another thing to keep in mind with pulleys that have a small pulley wheel diameter is that the stiffness of a cable adds friction, which is another reason why I always prefer rope. Neither one of these pulleys were designed for home gyms, so neither one is absolutely perfect. Recently, F&F Steel designed a pulley made for home gyms that combined a lot of these elements. The price point is a little bit higher, but I definitely see it as one of those buy once, cry once purchases. It opens up like those climbing pulleys, has a pretty small gap, and uses a large, smooth pulley wheel. In terms of using rope or cable, I always prefer rope, and I really like climbing rope. It's easier to cut, easier to tie off, it's less stiff, and it comes in a wide variety of colors. For those concerned about weight capacity, just remember that it's used for this. Right now, all my climbing rope is tied up in other projects. Get it? Polyester accessory cord and Dyneema rope are the ones that I had lying around when I started this project, so that's what I ended up using. I have a video that goes into detail on all of these, so feel free to check that out if you want to learn more. I wasn't in Boy Scout, so I don't know knots like probably some of you do out there, but my go-to knot is the perfect loop knot. I think that's what they call it in this YouTube video. Apparently it's perfect. I don't really know, but I've never had an issue with it slipping. Here's the video that I watched to learn it. After tying these knots, I tape up the loose ends with gaff tape and add carabiners. Boom. Done. We're gonna pause here for a quick pro tip. If you have the extra cable or rope, I suggest making a few different lengths. You'll see it's nice to have a variety for different exercises. The shortest one I have is 30 inches and the longest one is 46 inches. You'll also want to make sure that you give yourself an extra 8 to 10 inches to the total rope length to take into account like the tying of the knot and stuff. And having different lengths is also a good reason why it's nice to have a pulley that allows you to swap them out easily. The last piece of the puzzle is handles. The spiral strength dually dynamic tricep rope utilizes cone grips, so that's what I originally used in my DIY. I got these from Gym Pin and they work great. They've each got an eye bolt on top and they connect easily with the carabiner. But then I went over to Jake's and tested with the new grenade grips from Clevabuilt. Oh, so sweet. They added a whole new level of difficulty and they were super interesting. I've got similar ball grips from Gym Pin and I really like to use them for face pulls in the high row position. You can also connect standard D handles. For people interested in lower cost handle options, I actually found these on Amazon for less than 30 bucks a pair. They're surprisingly pretty nice. I'd buy them again even if I I wasn't using them for this project. If you search Amazon, you'll find a handful of cheap balls. Get your mind out of the gutter, man. And DIY handles wouldn't be too hard to do. Okay, that's it. Let's see what you got. If you end up making these, tag me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, so I can see them. Make sure to subscribe because I have some amazing videos coming up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.